building. High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuted my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Down out, I was worth it and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.
I want to say that because there was a lot in my, I don't know, I'm not, you know what? I've had sex, people. So in the past, it was kind of the learning experiences and also what I like. And it's kind of like one of those things in what I'm looking for to match up with is, yeah, that's that part of me. Like, I want someone that's going to compliment me in the bedroom too.
Right.
I've had the starfish where they just do this and it's not my thing. Like, I don't want to just go, I like to be creative, you know? So there's things I won't do and will do and I want to do. And I don't think a lot of people look at sex as super, super sacred, which it is and it isn't. It's a area to connect with each other, but there's a sphere of dating too. For me, if I like someone, I'm on a date and we don't have sex at the end of the night, that's not like where my mind's like, damn, like that's so disappointing. I'll never talk to her. Like if it's someone I'm interested in, I'm gonna spend time with them and not hope every night I'm gonna get laid. It's like I'm enjoying them in that aspect physically and energetically, but also if the sex isn't good, I think it's also a problem in my mind. But I don't want people to be like in fear of that if that's the case for all men, because I think there's people we can connect with opening up more with each other. But then there's some people that I don't like the starfish. Like I'm not boring. I'm old fashioned is a thing too. People do.
I'm sorry. Sex is important. Let's not fucking lie.
It is important. I was with a girl and it was like, at one point it just became like, you know, she just wanted the physical thing, but this, like, you know, I viewed her more as a friend, but I had that fear of, you know, like hurting her feelings and telling her like, I just want to be friends, because the sex was so terrible. It was just like a turnoff. Like I felt like, you know, like, it's just so bad. Like I can't get into this. Like I can't come to a climax. Like I can't finish. Like this is just not where it's at. Like I would rather we have a good like connection. Like, you know, we could just be friends.
I bring this up because this is something that is a problem. A lot of people don't have that talk with sex. Like the sexual language between people dating and then even end up in whole relationships where it never comes to like, hey, I actually like this other shit that we never do. Can we try this? You know what I mean? Like maybe this person has never had someone say, you fucking suck in bed. You know what I mean? Like maybe as a man, you guys don't want to hurt women's feelings, but some women need to hear that. Like, oh shit, maybe I'm not the fucking porn star I think I am. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm not, you know? So I think that men should be a little bit more verbal. Like if you got some chick who's all teeth, I think you need to bring it to her attention that she's all teeth. I just somebody tell her homegirl doesn't know. You know what I mean? Her friend doesn't know that. Only you know that because you've experienced it. Like,
yeah, I think that's a huge thing between men and women. We have a hard time of telling each other like what we really want. I think that's what happens. Like when you're in a relationship for a long time, you feel more comfortable to say like, "Hey, no, I like it like this." Like in the first couple of times, you're just kind of like, you know, I've had experiences where it's like, this doesn't feel good, but like, I don't want to say anything. Like, and it seems like she's enjoying it, but like, this sucks. Like I had a girl like scratching my back up like a wild animal. Like that doesn't feel good. Like I couldn't I didn't have like the heart to tell her. She was like clawing into me like a cat. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like instantly getting softer. Like how am I supposed to get through this?
And see, that's a very big thing because some people like that. And it's like, yo, I'm not that one. Like Ashley, I can't hear you. For some reason.
I was just gonna say I want to hear what she was saying.
You might have to jump out and jump back in.
No, I can't hear you. I think sex is a topic that needs to be more comfortably discussed with people. Right. Like you don't have to talk about it to everyone, just like at least the person. Because there's a lot of times where like you're like, hey, you know, why it's been a couple days or it's been a little while,
right?
And you should be able to say that, and then the other person's like, all right,
It's important because you are going to date someone that might not have the same values of sex that you do. That is a deal breaker. And people wonder why people end up that there's a lot of cheating that happens on that spectrum too. Because then you feel like you can't leave, but this person isn't satisfying. You never really had those conversations. I think those have to be like if you're someone who to people it's like, oh, well, everyone's level of freaky is fucking different. Okay, so that just asking someone like, are you freaky? That's not a that's an open ended question. You really need to see what's the freakiest shit you've ever done. Like, let me know how far your ass gonna take this shit because I might not be down for this. And if that's what you like, at some point, I'm not going to be able to satisfy you because that is something that you like. And I think people are so afraid to talk about it, to say, oh, I don't want to be labeled as this kinky, crazy person. But hey, if you like to be tied up and I'm not a person who's going to tie your ass up, I think we need to talk about that in the beginning and have that conversation.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, there is those open relationships. Right now, if you're going to ask me, I'm not into open relationships, but they'll have a third party come in and tie you up. Like, you like that? I love you enough to get someone else to tie you up.
And so that's a conversation. Some people are okay with it and no shade on them. But I'm sorry, I'm not inviting a third person in. No. So if you're going to need that, let me know now. If you need to be tied up, let me know now so I can tell you that's not me. So you can go find someone else that will tie your ass up, that will, do some crazy shit. Because there's just everyone's level of freaky is so different.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying to Kyle was, if you feel like you don't want to say, I don't like that, then maybe redirect. Be like, oh, could you do this? And like every time they start to do something you don't like, just redirect them. And maybe eventually they'll get it. The other thing I wanted to say was that so in my marriage, I thought that I was not a sexual person at all. I thought it was me. I had no idea that it was just the lack of chemistry. And then I had met somebody after my marriage, and he was the one who was like, all right, I need a day off. Like, I need a break. And I really think that when you have the real chemistry and the connection, that sex is better. Yeah. But also I wanted to say about like the first date thing, to not have expectations. Don't, Kyle, when you worked yourself up to where you couldn't perform, it was because you felt pressured to have sex. It was like an expectation. But like for me, I don't say to myself, okay, well, a guy's going to look at me if we have, in the wrong way, if we have sex on the first date. I don't have any expectations. I just literally vibe. I just go with the flow. And if it happens, it happens. And if he doesn't like me after that, then he's not the one for me anyway. You know what I mean? Right. But if you're always in the moment and you're just doing what feels good, then you can't, you're not going to psych yourself out, and it doesn't matter what they think afterwards because you were still being true to who you were.
No, but I've had some in the moment disappointments. I'm sorry. I've had some in the moment disappointments. And some people can't kiss. Some people don't know what kissing is. And kissing is big for me. Like, kissing is a breaker. That's a deal breaker. You're a horrible kisser. I'm sorry. No, but unfortunately, I was at those points. I was never brave enough to tell people, and I think that's where in dating we have to kind of change it. Because if no one ever says like, wait a minute, maybe slow down, or you know what I mean, like wait, like maybe not drown me with your spit in this.
Yeah. Or if you want me to speed up or slow down, you got to let me know. Like, if my rhythm is not getting you to where you got to go, you got to let me know. Like,
right. I think we're not having those conversations. And so I think people are having their what could be great sex. I think we're not having that because we're not being expressive enough to say what we need in that point. We're trying to please the other person. We're trying to be there, but we're not honoring what we truly desire in those moments. And that's why I say the truth. You're not gonna look bad. You're gonna find people who like the same shit that you like. And it's not crazy. It's not, oh my God, it's way out there. If someone feels it's way out there, that's probably not the person for you. Because at some time you're gonna want whatever that is that they can't provide for you. And they're not gonna be able to give that to you. You have a lot of relationships like that. So I think that a sex talk is very important in the dating phase. I think to understand where this person is on a sexual level, because I do think that's it'll break a situation. And I think Ashley, some of what you went through, it has to do with karma, because when I look at earlier situations, the karmic effect of someone also can fuck the whole thing up. Where even with my first, experiences of thinking I was doing something wrong, and then after and was like, wait a minute, something's different here. But that person could just be karmically not for you, and you're forcing to be with this person. But it's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
If you're disgusted doing anything with someone, I would tell you leave now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's something you have to learn through trial and error, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta have the safety word, pineapple.
You should not be disgusted with sex with your partner, and you should not feel like you have to do this for your partner. I think two people should engage consensually and on the same level. That's pleasing when you do it that way. If me and you both like anal beads, we're gonna be awesome with these anal beads. But if you have one person who likes anal beads and the other person is like, I can't really do this, it's not going to be fun, right? No, I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.